What's up? Today's video is all about how to market yourself on social media as a virtual assistant. And I've got some news for you. You're doing it wrong. Hey, my name is Lauren Golden, founder of the Free Mama and the Free Mama movement. Welcome to FreeMamaTV. Make sure you hit subscribe and also click that bell and you will be notified because every Tuesday I am back with a new video teaching you how to start and run a successful virtual business so that you can live a totally awesome guilt-free life. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. Today's topic is a little bit of a twister for you because the name of the video, if you look at it, is how to market yourself on social media as a virtual assistant. Don't. And what I really mean is you might not be doing it correctly if you've been doing what all the gurus tell you to do, and you're in all the Facebook groups and you're posting every day and you're, really active and you're showing up and you're doing all of these things and you are not actually getting clients. What that tells me is that you have fallen into a trap that is so tempting across social media because we're watching it, we're consuming it all the time. We see the real trends, TikTok, like whatever we're doing, and we see this and it's entertaining and it's engaging. And so we think as business owners that we need to be doing the same thing. And that might not be true. So in today's video, I'm going to break down the difference between a marketer and a content creator and why you, if you want to get more clients in your business, better start thinking like a marketer and stop wasting your time on all the gimmicks. All right, so let's start by talking about what content creation is, because again, you're being told to show up and post and be in the groups and do all the things. So a content creator is someone who makes videos, could be like this on YouTube. By the way, not denying it, I am here creating content for you, something that's valuable that you can learn from, that will hopefully also engage and entertain you a little bit. But there's going to be a really strong difference that you're going to notice here if you pay attention. So it could be YouTube, could write blogs, could be TikToks. Basically, it shares a glimpse either into your life or your business or a topic. And it's usually engaging if the person's good at it. There's this newish term that's come about because of social media and this idea of content creating, these people who are really good at building a personal brand online and they're sharing it with other people. And that word is influencers. The problem is that not all influencers are actually making that much money or any money at all. And many of them are not really successful business owners. They don't have anything that's their own. Now, that's not to say that content creation and being an influencer can't be monetized. It can. You can sell sponsorships. You can sell advertising if you keep dancing like a monkey and you get enough people paying attention to you and following you, and you actually have the influence over the decisions around what those people will do and buy. But a lot of people with a ton of followers, a ton of engagement, ton of interactions online don't actually profit from it. And I know this firsthand because I know someone with hundreds of followers on Instagram, with a very successful blog, successful from the standpoint of viewership, who gets some like sponsorship, like trade type stuff, but she's not making any more money than she was the day she started. Isn't that insane? And she told me, she's like, how are you making money? And I'm like, oh, and you're here because you want to know how to market a business. You are a business owner, whether you're working as a virtual assistant or some other type of service provider online, your goal is to get clients. So we have to move away from the content creator thought pattern that people can go down of, I just need people to like what I'm doing and pay attention to me and get their attention so that they like this or so that they comment. And we have to remember that the end goal as business owners is to get someone to give us their money. It just is. That's the transaction. I'm going to give you value for the product or service that I sell. And you in exchange are going to give me money. That's the exchange. That's the transaction of a business. And that is your end goal. So if your end goal right now is, somebody on the internet told me I should be posting reels every day on this topic. And oh my gosh, now I have 200 more followers, but you don't have any money in your bank account. You are a content creator. You are not a marketer. So let's talk about what a marketer actually is. A marketer is a person or business owner or company that advertises or promotes something. The goal in marketing is to get people to know that you exist. Yes, as a person, especially as a freelancer, you are your business, your personal brand is important still because people do business with people, but also that your solution to their problems exists. That's why people are telling you very vague things like show up and join Facebook groups and post every day, but it's not for the sake of just creating content and noise. It has to lead somewhere. And this is what a lot of content creators aren't necessarily good at doing, and they're really not good at modeling for business owners like you and me. So let's talk about if we took this idea of content creation and showing up and posting every day and doing all the things, and let's say that it like met a marketer and maybe they had a baby together. This would be called content marketing. Again, you see it everywhere. This is actually what you're experiencing right here in this video. And if you stick around until the end, I'll tell you how you can get access to a training for free with an entire workbook that will give you marketing strategies that you could be applying in your virtual assistant business to get more clients more quickly. Did you see what I did there? Did you pay attention? I hope that you did not miss it because I have no tricks up my sleeve. That is content marketing. So content marketing is a strategic marketing approach that focuses on distributing valuable, relevant, even entertaining, just like content creation, but consistently. We're going to put this stuff out there consistently to attract a certain audience. And here's the kicker. This is why this isn't content creation alone. Ultimately, to drive a profitable outcome. The goal is to get that audience to turn into buyers. You guys have probably heard about the influencers on social media that partner with a brand. They're like trying to sell a t-shirt. Maybe they got 1 million followers and they sell like 5 shirts. This person's called an influencer, but they don't have a lot of influence and they definitely don't have a business. Okay. So you're watching this video because maybe you're spending a lot of time following the gurus on Reels, on TikTok, wherever, that are telling you, do this every day and be really consistent and do all these things. And it's not that it's bad, it's advice. It's that it's incomplete advice. Things that might be missing might be a call to action. Things that you might be avoiding are talking human to human. The fastest way to grow a one-to-one service provider business, especially as a virtual assistant, a copywriter, a bookkeeper, a social media manager, anything where you're providing a one-to-one service is going to be to talk to other humans. In fact, at the Free Mama, I teach something called the Freedom Framework. It is an acronym. It stands for Foundation, Relationships, Exposure, Expertise, Discipline, Overcoming Obstacles, and Momentum. And inside of this framework, there are 2, you'll notice something that within the marketing category of business, do we need to back up for a second? Back up. Every business, including whether you're a freelancer, solopreneur, or Fortune 500, has 4 quadrants. 4. They are operations, fulfillment, sales, and marketing. So yes, you will have to market your business. And inside of that, inside of my programs, I teach 2 different ways that we do this. And they are separate but related. We use them interchangeably because they're both a part of your strategy. But relationships is the people you know, the network you build, the other business owners that you have in your network is really, really valuable. And not all of them need to be your ideal clients. They just need to be in this world of business and have a good understanding of what it is that you do and sell. And what I see happening is a lot of people come into this online space. We are already on social media, but we're consuming it. Maybe you hear really good advice from someone like me who's like, you need to create more than you consume, which is true. Why? Because the creators are the one making money, not the consumers. But then you go down this rabbit hole of, well, I need to go become a content creator. But what you should actually be hearing is I need to go market my business and build connections with other business owners. Because if you're like me, when you got into this virtual space, you probably didn't know a lot of other business owners. I know I didn't. So don't skip the R. A lot of people become content creators. They spend hours a day posting stuff on the internet and they're not actually making any money and they get frustrated. And they post in the Free Mama Movement Facebook group. By the way, if you're not in it, you should go join it. There's 40,000 women just like you, plus tons of action taken tips and motivation right inside of that group. And I respond to every single post I get tagged in. Give me a day or 2. And so you have no reason not to be in there, not to network with other people, but people will come to that group and they're like,
I'm doing all the things. I'm showing up. I'm in the Facebook groups and I still haven't gotten a client.
and I'm like, cool. I do this every time. Cool. How many business owners have you talked to this week? and either they don't reply or they don't have any, like, it's like none, like they're not, they'll be like, oh, I'm talking to, I'm answering questions in a Facebook group. And I'm like, but you haven't actually talked to any, like, whether it's on Zoom, the phone, an in-person networking event, even in the DMs, but having a private conversation, they're not actually talking to anyone. They're just posting. They're commenting either proactively or reactively in a group, and they are shocked that they're not getting the outcome that they want. So at the Free Mama, I teach relationships is separate from exposure, which is going to be your more practical, internet, social media marketing that you might be doing where you're actually showing up. Okay. So now we have a really good understanding on the difference between being a marketer and being a content creator, and that there is this beautiful space in between called content marketing. And the key component to that, there's going to be three. Number one, you're always going to have some sort of a hook at the beginning that's going to get somebody's attention and make them want to pay attention to you. How do you market yourself on social media as a virtual assistant? Don't. Right? That got you to click on this video. It was interesting enough for you to go, why is this person telling me not to market myself if I want to get a new client? Like, that doesn't make any sense. No, it doesn't, until you listen to the video. So then I add value. So I tell you how I know this, why I know this, who I've coached. 5,000 women have followed my freedom framework to success, to market their business online, have actual conversations with people, and get real money in their bank account, and not just be dancing in reels every day. So there's that. So it's hook, and then it's story, and then it's offer. And you hear this framework from internet people all over the place, but this offer, this call to action, this is where some content creators don't get it right. They're just out there to be entertaining. And it's hard because we're humans, and we want on a very human level to be accepted and to be liked, and it feels good. And we get that like dopamine hit in our head when we see the likes and the comments, and we feel good about ourselves. But you can't pay your bills with feeling good about yourselves because strangers on the internet like you. I know, it's so frustrating. So we have to have a point to what we're doing. And in content marketing, the point is probably engagement. That's probably the point. In fact, influencers can actually monetize their engagement. If they have a lot of people commenting and liking and following them, they can sell that as a sponsorship. But you, as a virtual assistant or freelancer, you cannot monetize your engagement in the same way. Okay. Your goal is to get clients, which means you have to talk to humans. Your content that you're creating has to be relevant to getting someone to engage with you, and you have to have that offer at the end. And by offer, I don't mean selling something all the time. I mean, you have to have some sort of call to action to invite the conversation, which takes us back to the relationship strategy within the freedom framework that I teach my students. Okay, I go through all of this really in depth inside of the Free Mama movement. This is the very robust workbook that all of my students have access to, but you can get a modified version of this for free by signing up for my free training. And in that training, I'm also going to talk to you more in depth about the freedom framework, specifically focusing on getting that strong foundation so that you are ready to market your business. Also, how to navigate relationships and exposure as well. So what does it really look like to market my business? I have a checklist of things that you might be considering doing, and making sure that you do them actually the right way. My students also have access to something called the Content for Exposure Matrix. This is for anybody who, if you struggle with, okay, I heard you, hook, story, offer, content marketing, value, how do I do this in a really intentional way so that I'm not spending a whole lot of time on social media, but I know what to post that's going to be effective, and I'm not making it up, or like not posting anything because I can't think of anything, because it isn't bad advice, by the way, to show up. If nobody knows you exist, they certainly can't hire you. And you can get access to the training on this and learn so much more about, again, the Free Mama, the freedom framework, and how over 5,000 women have been able to leave the 9-to-5 and start a successful freelancing business from home by signing up for my free training. Like I said, it's under an hour. You can find the link down below this, or go to the freemamamovement.com. Regardless, I hope that you learned something today about the difference between creating content and marketing your business. Content marketing is an effective strategy for virtual assistants and other business owners, but you have to be driving that profitable action at the end with a call to action and being intentional about the ways that you're showing up up and not avoiding human interaction. If you would like to interact with this human, again, make sure you like this video, subscribe, hit the bell. You'll see me next week here on FreeMamaTV, but also come hang out with us inside the Free Mama Movement Facebook group, because it is my favorite place to hang out on the planet, and I respond to every post. So I will see you there, and I will see you back here next week. I've had a lot of coffee and no food, so we're really hyper in this video. I have to sneeze. Woo! I scared the dog and I almost peed myself. I feel like I'm such a spaz in this video. I am, and that's okay. Still hyper, in case you haven't noticed. Okay, that's a wrap. Third time's a charm. That was the fourth time.